the 14 NFL teams, worst to best. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 14, the Succaneers. Baker Mayfield, and they're not that good of a team. Won the worst division in football, barely. On the last game of the season, that's all that needs to be said. Number 13, Rams. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and a bunch of kids. And Cooper Kupp. Puka Nacua. They're not that good on the defense. They're like 10 years old back there. They have no talent. How did they make the postseason? Sean McVay's a brilliant coach. And Stafford's capable. Number 12, Steelers. I actually think they're a decent team. Good. Mike Tomlin's a good coach. But Mason Rudolph's the quarterback. And yes, he's been good these last couple weeks. But it's Mason Rudolph. And Pickett. Trubisky. No TJ Watt, by the way. He's out. So they're number 12. 11 on the list. What do we have here? I must have miswrote. I think I miswrote. I might have to redo the video. The Cowgirls. This is a playoff edition. The Cowgirls always choke, so they're going to lose in round one. So why would I put them any higher on the list? The Cowgirls. Dak Pickscott is going to revert to playoff Pickscott. Mike McCarthy is going to do something dumb. This roster is not that good. The defense is overrated. Deron Bland is Deron Bland. He needs some seasoning. Michael Parsons is going to... It's just not going to be good, Cowgirls. Y'all are going to lose to the Packers round one. So that's why I got to call them the Cowgirls if they're that low on the list. So 11, they're not even in the top 10. That is sad, Cowgirls. I mean, they always choke. They prove me next year they might be higher if they make playoff run or win a playoff game or two. For now, their Cowgirls are 11. Sorry. Gotta be honest. I'm a real honest person here. Number 10. Joe Flacco and the Browns. In the dog pound. Joe Flacco has been a revelation, yes. Number 10 is probably where they should be. Amari Cooper, solid weapons, good O-line, good run game. Kareem Hunt, if only they had Nick Chubb, maybe they'd be higher on the list. Defense is solid. Myles Garrett. Nothing more that needs to be said, but Joe Flacco is a limited quarterback. Stefanski, yes, coach of the year, but how far can you go with Flacco? I don't even think they're getting out of the first round. That's why they're number 10. Number 9. CJ Stroud, Revolution, and the Texans. Actually might be higher if they had more healthiness in Tank Dell and stuff. But honestly, CJ Stroud is really good. Football. D'Amico Ryan's has done an amazing job. Young, talented roster. Will Anderson, that was their second pick, by the way. Everyone forgets about him. He's good. He's good, solid run back, solid O-line. Decent defense, good defense coach. Good offense coordinator. Number 10. So that's why they were not 10 and they were number 9. Number 8. The Packers. Yes, they're high. And they're ahead of the Cowgirls. But Jordan Love has looked like a very good quarterback. There's not really... The weapons are amazing, young and talented. Yes, their defense has looked awful. But these last couple weeks, the defense has improved. Joe, the Barry guy, the defensive coordinator, looks like they have the guys cooking. So I think their defense is actually way underrated. And Jordan Love is amazing. And Matt LaFleur is a good coach. Because you saw what happened with Aaron Rodgers with the same roster last year, didn't make postseason. How's it looking now? Looks like they're cooking and they're getting hot too. Number 7. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins. Yeah, they're a bit high. People are selling their stock. They beat the Cowgirls. I know they suck against winning teams, but you watch the games. Their offense can cook. I know they might not get out of the first round. That kind of sucks because they'll go in 0-degree weather. And you know how Tua Tagovailoa is in 0-degree weather. I don't think they're going to move the football. The Chiefs are probably going to win that game. But they're a solid roster. This whole season, they've been like dominating bad teams. And that's saying something. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, defense injuries. That's what... This really sucks because this Finns team could have been something. Number 6 on the list. The Eagles cry. How are they that high? They've been 1-5 in their last 6 games. Jalen Hurts has looked awful. A.J. Brown injured. Defense, worst in football. This team looks the worst, but they've lost to the worst team in football, the Cardinals. The Giants. They're just horrible, right? They did go to the Super Bowl last year, and this offensive line is amazing, and the Super Bowls are won at the line. Their defense sucks, so hopefully their offense will get going, but the Eagles cry, man. They're 6 on the list. Jalen Hurts needs to do something. Number 5. We're getting there. Boy, I like losing Super Bowl Bills. That is the acronym. Boy, I like losing Super Bowls. 50-year Bills of knowledge. Lost 4 in a row with the Kelly quarterback. This year, they're starting to get cooking. Josh Allen has been cooking. But, the Bills have looked really bad this season. And they hardly even beat the Patriots and stuff. And the Chargers and, But they've got hot. Their run game. They developed a run game so they don't have to rely on Josh Allen. That is key, folks. That is key. Because if Josh Allen just has to make Superman once or twice a game, this team could win Super Bowl. But they probably won't because of the boy I like losing Super Bowl Bills. Number 4 on the list. Oh, it's the Chiefs. Man, it's the Chiefs. I knew I put them at 4, but, I didn't want to. But they're the Chiefs. They always make the Super Bowl. I mean, that's why I put the Eagles 6, Getting to Super Bowls, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is really need more to be said. Yes, Kadarius Toney drops everything, and they're young, and they can't catch. Valdez-Scantling drops everything, can't catch a post. But the defense is elite, and you still got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. So, they won their division. They're the Chiefs. So, I gotta reluctantly put them at 4. Now we enter the top 3. The Lions, how did they make it this high? They're a very good football team, folks. May I remind you, Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl. So they got a good quarterback. Best O-line in football. The defense is not that good, but they're young, and they've been these last few weeks, they're on the up. The only thing that's not holding them back from being to be honest, better than the 49ers is Dan Crazy Crackhead Campbell. That's why I got to put them at 3. I mean, they're solid. Weapons, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Just they're... Jahmyr Gibbs, man, he is a good player. Ben Johnson, best offensive coordinator in football. But yeah, they're 3. Number 2, the 49ers. The 49ers. Brock Purdy, very good quarterback. I know he threw 50 picks against the Ravens. They did lose to the Ravens by 50 points. But they're elite. Trent Williams, best left tackle in football. Brandon Ayuk, Purdy, like I mentioned. One of the better quarterbacks in football. Defense is elite. Chase Young, addition. So, they're number 2. There's not really more to be said. They're dominant. Kyle Shanahan. But the number 1 team in the nation. The Baltimore Lamar Jacksons. The Baltimore Harbaughs. Baltimore OBJs. The Baltimore wish we had Mark Andrews. Baltimore who needs a running back because we got like 50 running backs injured a year, but we just replaced them. Dalvin Cook. The Baltimore Ravens, you know what I said, is the number 1 team in the nation. Lamar Jackson is the MVP. Best receivers in football, Bateman, Zay Flowers, OBJ. They likely is better than Mark Andrews, diamond in the rough. Running backs, doesn't matter. We Gus Voss, doesn't matter. You can just Keaton Mitchell injured. Just replace him. Dalvin Cook's going to look like a Pro Bowler again. That's just Baltimore. Harbaugh, his brother won championship. Those are your rankings of the football teams in the playoffs. Subscribe, hit the bell. Like the video, comment. The Venmo donations are so appreciated. You can donate down there or send a gift. You know what to do. We're done. Ravens, number 1 team.